back everybody, it's DestinysJesus here. Today we've got another long VOD. I know you guys have been appreciating these a lot. So we've got another long VOD looking at Blake, Nanolite and Ceice. Basically we're going to go over their full game plan strategy, as well as a bunch of things they're doing Endgame. These guys played really well. They won 2 games back to back and a bunch of really good consistent placements in elite scrims last night. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and hopefully you can learn something new. We'll learn today. We are learning how to play endgames. I saw you asking who should we be on stream today.
Those are gonna be taken, so we need to get like.
And Blake DM me was like, "Review me, bro. Go on, bro."
Try to.
Yeah. This is kind of sketchy timing. Like, if you're in a stat lobby, you don't really want to move when Surge is active, especially like just after Surge goes. There's always gonna be people who are sketchy, like who are like 50 below or something.
143, bro. So much quick here.
Triple heavy, yeah. Triple heavy is obviously mad, but like, you can only get it like one spot, right?
So we
Chilling, they should have a close fourth.
I guess. Salty.
That's not bad. I mean, maybe you think worst case is if they stay down.
Yeah, we're 100 above right now.
If they stay down like here and it pulls like max like up here, then they're kind of scuffed, right? Because they can get held really easily. I think it was worth cutting in earlier. They rotate.
You guys keep looking. I'm gonna ramp this team.
Do you guys think would it be worth it for like maybe Nanolite and Blake to rotate in early, right? Get this center position or get into zone, then they can base up and hold back, right? And then Bizzle could also no, not Bizzle. What am I saying? Then Ceice could probably chill right here, right? And go for like a different angle. I feel like not rotating earlier kind of
we need to get to you.
It's a little bit sketchy, right?
Sliding? Again?
Oh my.
Like blinked it, bro.
I would organ an early, yeah. I feel like, I mean, if they needed Surge desperately, right? There's 70 alive, so there's 20 people Surge. Like,
I'm on top of agency.
100%. I think send 2 people in early, then the last guy can lurk and get tags from a different angle. I can split angle.
Oh my god.
Holy shit, this is so bad. Place to get this.
100.
Nice. I'm trying to get in, bro. It's so laggy.
This is fucking horrendous.
Oh my god.
No, he's 7 above. Okay. Yeah, now this is the thing, right? There's 18 people Surge, and they're rotating in. Like, that was just gonna get focused. Depths, thanks for those, man.
I got a knock and storm somehow.
Yeah. Just the IGL? I don't actually know. I feel like it might be like split IGL still. Oh, Blake, you gotta do something, bro.
We're above.
Nice.
I'm healing.
They just get above. That's so scary. Look at their health, man. That could have easily been like all of them dead.
People are gliding straight at us.
And these games are stacked. And there was a 47 moving yesterday. 47 second moving. So like it was a 50 moving and then only 3 people died, I think. Oh, and happy birthday, Andrea, bro.
We're so above. We're so above.
I don't know how old you are, like 15 or something. Happy birthday, bro.
I need you guys to get to me, like, please. Can you guys get to me?
Oh my god, I'm behind kids right now.
Ceice, can you get up? We're in a good spot.
Are you guys? Should I get to you guys?
I'm at. Holy shit, I'm beaming kids.
He died.
Yeah, now this is where everybody thins out.
23.
What if 50-50 played like over this way, right? Do you think it would be easy to recycle a pad? Because agency, like the way agency's leveled, right? Everybody would be up top. They're like nobody's on low on agency, right? They're all like somewhere on top of the building. I think this is a good spot.
That's literally it. No one else
Probably a
is
med
allowed.
kit.
Do you have an extra one? No.
Dude, I did so. Yeah, I have 3 medkits. I did so much damage. We're definitely good for next search. I did at least 400 damage.
I mean, yeah, my mats and the ammo is really bad.
Yeah, I am 330.
I'm 202.
Don't.
We needed to rotate earlier. Like,
What's out the usual? Just center map, yeah.
I mean, we needed surge.
Center map, and then when third like kind of plays to mid rather than like a far.
Ceice, you have a big?
Same with fourth as well.
Sorry.
Okay.
Stacked.
I'm very low mats. Very low.
I have a harpoon. Yeah, we can get up to that.
Just good pre-rotate.
Right here.
That's a really good comment, actually.
Oh, we're gonna miss it all. Get the metal. Get the spaz.
I didn't even know you had RQ.
I'm getting mats first.
There's more mats when we go further out too. No,
Okay.
we need that.
Oh, I didn't.
Bandy game?
Go.
That's huge.
Below us, you need to grab. Come back.
I can hold the.
Maybe mark that extra mats, right? I think it's worth like kind of diverting. They could kind of divert the top because just go straight, but obviously zone's pulling to their left. They could just divert their top and just go straight for ages to get those extra mats, right? Might be worth.
No, we need to follow a tunnel. We don't have mats. The tunnel.
Yeah, that's where we're. I have like max mats. I have like max mats.
Get it.
Yeah, nice. That's really good.
Keep hitting it. Just keep hitting it. Bro, it's
Teammates need to
far.
catch it, bro. That was this.
You have max mats?
I'm 2.5.
Also, kind of the roles. Like somebody should be hard topping and staying front side here.
I split.
Blake, go. Just tarp.
Okay.
I'm feeling.
You know. Right, what was that, like 8 seconds kind of just wasted where they were all just standing there watching him harpoon?
We have to go like.
Go up. You're full tarping too much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I got so many mats.
Good luck as well.
No, can you take over? I have like no mats.
Alright, yeah, I'm 3-3-2. Bumping it back.
Come on, we have a full side. We're in full side here. Watch your back wall.
Yeah, we're in zone.
Make sure they all died on us.
Very expensive top. Didn't need to be that expensive, honestly. Like, they were already pretty close.
My roof just goes straight up.
I'm gonna pop a big.
Okay, I'm going. I'm tarping us.
I'm the 4 build.
Really?
Nice.
I'm dropping.
Get on Nano. Get on Nano.
Tarping us in. Dude, I can't.
I'm here, Nano.
I have 1 build.
I have 200.
Alright, this is really good little regroup.
Right next to us.
It's a method for refresh.
One up, one right here.
Go.
Farming the street.
good.
I can't build.
Got one more.
Think you can expensive sharpen trays? Yeah, 100%. I'm just saying that one top he was doing where he was covering like all sides to the right, rather than just a 3-layer top on edge was like way too much.
I have 2 builds.
And then 1.
Just
On
catch.
my wall right here.
Stay group.
Nice combos.
One
Right above us.
Going out. One more here.
We're with you. We're pump out. We're all with you.
Oh, right here. On me.
31.
That was really good. Instead of greeding that mats and like solo playing through it, Blake literally just doubles back and gets skills. No, somebody needed to hold cone there. I thought they'd guarantee get a kill there if they hold cone probably.
We gotta go.
Oh no.
He just fucking
No
knows
scope
good.
me, bro. Yo, can you Vandy got me? Yo, we need to go, bro.
I'm dead.
Dude, we're just
Trying to
dead.
go.
7?
I'm stuck in there.
Not a bad game. They needed to go for that refresh sooner, I think. So Blake, and if they did the top, what's it called? If somebody kept on leading that top while he was harpooning, maybe swap it to the right hand side top, like back here, right? You know what I mean, right? Guys?
That's like max mat.
Get it.
Like here, like they should swap to right hand side top with the stair like that, right? So he can get all these mats like just editing the wall, and then they can just keep going. And then they don't need to pause for this. Like, look how much time they waste here. Just put like not pause, and then that makes them so expensive getting in. And this rotate is really free.
You have max mat.
Yeah, this is their route for anybody asking. I think this is probably. Do you reckon you could do this in opens? Like complete opens, completely split drop like this. I think it'd be sketchy. Yeah, you probably need to change it because I feel like there's no need for you to be over here, Blake. Like solo when this is 100% going to be the contested part.
Okay. So I shake. Like,
Which one did he box up?
Yeah, I did. Oh, man.
You need to look for tags right now. It's not. Should have run earlier.
I want to think, is this like a really good spot to be in? Like just play edge? Probably is, right? Because they can. Yeah, they split this as well. Okay. Because they can literally divert anybody from coming down here, and also divert anybody from like coming in here. And probably with Blake, with did you do this on purpose, Blake, where you sent yourself down here with heavy snipe to block off anybody up here, right? Because you literally have this whole edge of the map free, pretty much.
My 15. Dude, they're gonna rotate straight at us. We can.
Is that Grotto? Pretty sure that's Grotto.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. That's something you can do. You can't really do that in duos. Like, it doesn't really work. So you don't really want to be split that much in duos. But you can 100% do like map control, right? So I used to do this in squads. Like, where you'd be basically just force yourself to all be split, and have way more control. Like 2-2 split or 2-1-1.
Wait, look northeast.
Shout out to Frenzy.
Watch the north, boys. In the corner. They're ready. Fatal's rotating already.
29.
This is the game of scopes.
They're gonna rotate straight
They're in
into us.
zone. Free.
Yeah. It's free holds, free kills.
Watch your left, Nana.
This is right. This is like scope just doing stuff.
They're still fighting.
Bro.
In that spot. You guys can keep looking.
It's in zone.
Yeah.
I don't know who RGS is. It's probably Nano. He's RG on squads. Your beam. Oh, you killed someone.
20. Oh my god.
Those Odinite.
Just lasered him.
How much damage you get on him?
What is that, bro?
60.
Anti-fatal.
Alright. Chilling.
I'm dipping, like.
Again, they split.
Yeah,
Still on it for a kill.
Get more kills.
I was looking for more, but
Nice. And this is the power of having that map control, right? Is they literally have this whole rotate for free
For them.
in, and they still have this control. I mean, maybe a team could have based here, right? Like somewhere along here, but everybody wants to go center. This is kind of a free center because it's mid map again.
then this one right here, that big one. Wait. Head? I'm 1 HP. I need floppers.
From a YouTube video, it should be.
Yeah.
If you're all pretty much max mats, you can hold height from 50-50. Probably not. The thing is, like, let's say they hard contested this high ground up here, right? And they invested a lot of mats on trying to hold that position. It doesn't really matter because a team could just be over here with high, or a team could be here with high. And then let's say zone pulls straight this way or straight this way or straight this way. There's actually nothing they can do to hold high because all of these people over this side will just build up and like, oh, we've got high. So it's not really worth that investment. It can work off, like, work out. If you just hard contest. I know I was watching Knight, Rogue Shark, and Avery. They like pretty much always just go for like a high spot.
Isn't it only 2?
There's too many mats, yeah.
I'm 4, 2,
Wait,
2.
they're like barely up.
Do you have the mats though? Yeah, you have the mats, right? But like, if it plays bad for you, there's nothing you can do about that. The fact that it played bad.
Nice.
I need another flop. Watch this
Okay, now they contest for it.
They're gonna grief.
Snipe one on up to height.
Nice.
Micho full rod you?
There's another airdrop. Where is it? We need airdrop's right below us. I'm getting the airdrop.
Maybe, probably not.
Are we holding this? I'm gonna
I
pull
got the
him back.
airdrop. I got the airdrop.
I think we just
Nano,
we just
where are you?
Right here.
Pat us?
Yeah.
I let that whole investment on those mats, right? The first time and the second time for like the retake wasn't worth it at all.
Landing on you?
Landing left
Just
on
an hold it, yeah.
I'm on you.
Good landing though. Just calm. The thing is, only thing that's landing is you're so high and so elevated, like you're not gonna find a refresh that easily.
I have 200 metal I
I
could
left,
use.
I left it open a bit. I left it open a bit.
We're in zone, we're in zone.
Clicks for you a bizzle. I did that on stream 2 days ago, and that YouTube video should be coming out tomorrow.
Right next to us.
Right here, on my double edit right here. I got double edit right here.
Alright, with you.
Right here. That wall.
That's overcoming.
We're in a really congested part.
I think like that.
We have to go down.
That's this what's just
I
going.
got double.
Open a bit. I left it open
Okay.
a bit.
So look how long Nano's trying to go for this light.
We need to
Refresh,
right?
right?
On my wall.
Right next to us.
Right here, on my double edit right here. I got double edit right here.
Alright, with you.
So look, he sends all 3 of them to come and help him, right? On a kill opportunity, it's not even there. Like, as soon as he gets that double edit and there's nobody there, like, there's no opportunity, right? I mean, maybe they could wall replace and hopefully catch guy, but it's unlikely. They should all just be looking somewhere else. Like, they have all of this, like, surface area in their tarp, right? Where they can look for a pick. And instead they're kind of just wasting it. Like, all 3 of them just looking here for a pick.
We're in a really congested part.
Like, you have to realise when it's a lost cause, right? Like, literally, there's still pressure in that same thing. And now they've wasted... They had 16 seconds when they got into zone. They wasted 15 seconds now, not getting a kill.
There's no fire.
And then now it pulls far because they don't have enough room.
We gotta go, we gotta go.
Yeah, that was so sketchy. You need that extra, like, room.
Are you with me?
It's a line? Oh my god.
I got double edit right here.
Alright,
Okay.
with you.
So what did they mess up? They didn't have enough room deep, right? Like, getting deep in zone. And then too long going for this refresh where they weren't focused on actually, like...
We're in a really congested part. We have to go down on the zone. No, that's so mad.
Good call, right? I just feel like everybody's doing their own thing at this point.
There's no fire.
Right here on my wall. Oh my
We gotta
God.
go, we gotta go.
And then I'm still looking for this refresh, and this guy's got ahead of them because they don't have enough room. Then you're solo.
Wow. Oh wow.
This was the 47-second moving. But look at this guy, man. Nice drop.
Get mad, bro.
Bro, it's so laggy.
Yeah.
3 builds. You're out.
That calm on his mats needs to come in sooner. Like, if you're ever watching your teammate, don't just calm, you have mats build, right? Like, calm, build, you have like 200 mats or 20 builds or something. Like, you need to get more specific, because then he overbuilt, right? And he didn't know how many he has. It's not a bad game. Really not better. It's just not enough, like, information. Because he probably should just tarp and boxed up rather than, like, double tarping. Like, 2 boxes. 11? I don't know.
You can take that.
Oh probably fake.
Even if we done IGLing, I think
They're
the like
up
there's
there
all
and they're
clicks
gonna
and
need
commandments
search, they
should
don't
kind of
have
cover that.
So I
Yeah, but
kind
we
of
want
want
to search.
Like,
Game.
like running
Second zone.
Down.
Funny.
I'm down.
You guys
Yeah,
can
let's
do
play
it.
for these power spots, like
Yeah, I shouldn't pop up.
uphills. I should
No,
think
no.
it's fine.
Hit me once. Oh,
We should go to Blake and
But these
go
people
to
are like
this.
hard fighting over two-person surge. Like I'm so confused.
30, cracked on 100.
And that's flick tripping.
that guy.
Oh, that guy's
Pretty
literally 1
solid.
HP. I hit him 100.
Guns, that's the problem.
We should mean. I use
So what kind of cut this position? It's just the fact they went into retail right to get the
a lot of brick.
crate
You can just farm
and then get 4. I don't know. Even I think they maybe should commit to just like get damage on those
Maybe go
guys.
for a pick edge. Like you can like stay all the way back on the other side of this building.
Like
and
can
then
go
for a
like
pick.
south.
Since we have all
It's just now that they're gonna be like live side,
Bro, oh my
edge
god.
third.
Are you good?
that's cool.
Look, you're dead.
Nice.
Bro, is this that?
I can hold them.
Edgy taking main role of IGL as chat.
No, whites other than false,
Ah.
right?
I have 4 flops.
Alright,
I think it's like you don't need to hard IGL in a
2-1-4.
coordinated trio. Like
I'm 3-4-2.
I say you're really coordinated. You can just have somebody playing support and then somebody on like 2 people giving comms and like
I
IGL.
just took that. I was trying to kill him.
Alright, that's just what Edgy does, right?
Okay, this team's moving.
A lot of math.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
Chat done hard IGL, yeah.
Towards them, just
And you don't need a hard IGL in trios. Like you just need somebody who plays support and can tarp and just knows what they're doing, and then everybody else to kind of like follow that guy. And then maybe have one person IGL. Like it's often best not to have the IGL tarping,
Yep.
just because then the IGL can call picks and stuff like that.
I can 200 him.
Oh, they were third place.
I would have
Oh,
200
shit.
him if he didn't place a wall.
We should just heavy stack shot in there. Just back out. Stop holding it. It's back out. It's just gonna keep spraying.
Didn't save.
Fuck, my bad.
We're
Hey,
good.
don't take heavy.
We have to go up and over.
This is kinda
We might have to pad this. Like,
Yeah,
don't have mats.
probably. I'm 2-0-1 on mats.
I'm 3-2.
Why they always scuff before 50-50 moving? This game they went to go
0-2.
get a pad at retail like second zone, then they got fought by a team when you did surge when it was like 2-person surge, and they wasted loads of mats, and they were live side like third coming into 4.
Full repad.
Kind of sketchy.
Do you want to go up a little? We're not gonna make it over the mountain. Or, like
think
to
we
zone.
will.
We will if we high pad.
Alright.
Yeah, I think.
They know there's a team right next to them, like literally like right here. Why don't they just wait and see if they pad? Either they they pad like.
Alright, with you.
I'm going.
I thought they 100% knew that team was gonna pad. Best RG on opinion?
On the right. I went down.
No bro. Okay, I feel like Benji's like best RG. Oh right.
I'm pretty sure that's assault.
We're in zone. Sure. I'm gonna go out one.
This isn't your wall right here.
We need to look for heavy sniper play on during this zone.
That's brick 4? Right here? He's healing. Drop him.
Shooting.
Sarge's best RG on you? Yeah, Sarge's really smart.
Here's
Fire
fire.
minigun.
I think I refresh.
That's brick 4? I don't need light ammo. I have a pad now.
We have gained like 100 floors.
I already have.
You can just keep
Push up the
keep-
floors,
just
boys.
keep it.
Dubs is a good mindset. Yeah, bro. Dubs is like literally like golden retriever, bro.
Back over.
He's so cheerful.
We need to,
Good dude.
going out one more. We need to. We'll pad in this box right here.
I have a harpoon.
Wall right here. Next.
That's
Yeah,
moving.
go for it.
That's still kind of scuff though. Like,
Holding.
what do you guys think about making sure that whoever's tarping, like whoever's gonna be hard tarping,
Down. Because
like just basically dropping them like 100 of each map. So let's say Nano wants to hard top, right? They're gonna make him hard top. Just see some like drop him 100 of each map, hard mat, so he can just full top without having to worry about like asking for mats too early. Like I feel like you always want to have your tarper guy leading,
We're on top. Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
we
fully
are.
capped out. You don't need to stop and like slow down.
Here, I'm padding from this box.
with you.
Okay, so get a pad. Actually, maybe on a pad you don't want to do it because you don't want like the guy with mats to die.
Oh my god. I
Go
have
back, go
fireball.
run. Ceice, none on me.
Like, you with me? Yeah, I'm with you.
Money on this.
Yeah, this is important. Whenever your teammate gets glider bug or you can't really land, you don't need like a risky land. Make sure you land like kind of early.
You're not just trying to get to us.
Don't try getting like too greedy with this house split you get. How far you get.
36 white. Dead.
Uncle Shoe, it's snappy and
Yeah,
leaky.
I'm
I think.
good. Got it.
I'm getting to you guys, hitting to you guys right now. You guys gonna...
Do you want to? We can just pad this. We can pad this.
I'm low launch.
Alright.
Ready?
I'm gonna try
I
to
launch
go
again.
far as I can, but I have glider dog.
Put down.
Fucking phone.
I'm just gonna land like on this metal right here.
Alright, I'm with you.
Fuck
Zoom in.
this,
Oh,
dude.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Goes
good.
far. I have like.
How did Blake land like that?
Down.
They low launched, right?
I'm just gonna land like on this metal right here.
Alright, I'm with you.
Okay. This is kind of Ceice. So look, Ceice made a mistake here. He needed to hard build cones here, and here, right? Probably, or land and like floor out like around this way, if that makes sense. You know what I mean, right? Because if you land and just single box, then your teammates who might be at the same elevation as you can't land like on top. Do they have arrow padded?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
That can get you split, like where you just fall in a guy's box.
Here, I split.
You have a pad now?
There's no way people call it arrow pads as well. There's no way people call it arrow pads. I'm so confused.
We need to go.
Yeah.
I'm just... I'll try to get down to you guys.
Oh, it's
But
hard.
it goes over the hill, actually. Never mind.
Yeah, nice. We have a free target. I have 16 builds. See straight to look for every side. Make sure it's loaded.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Nano has it. Come.
Dead.
Back.
Nice pick up.
Got it.
Keep breaking through.
Many getting through. I have mats. I split.
Nice.
Give me a
No,
break.
Matt's below me.
Trying to get to you. Trying to get to you.
Got him. I got him.
I got you guys. On
Alright.
mats.
Come up one.
We're good. We're good.
I got it.
Nice regrouping.
Big pot.
In this one.
Really good.
I'm healing.
Don't go back, don't go back.
Go. Guys, go.
Go, Ceice, go.
I'm going.
Let's go. I don't have mats.
You're going wrong way.
Stay with me.
Wrong way.
Fuck.
Go. Yeah.
I'm going right towards this
This
kid.
was very scuffed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in.
Getting wall. Got it. 110.
I'm gonna break up, Nano. I'm gonna break up
This
to you.
wall.
Dead.
Let's go.
Right here. I don't have any mats. Stay down. Stay low. I don't have any mats.
I'm
One
about
guard.
to get to you guys. I'm getting to you guys.
I need to pop big.
They slid all the way down.
I have a lot of mats.
I have 4 builds. 4 builds.
I have mats. Here, splitting.
I just
I'll split
dropped
up
on
here.
accident.
We
It
can.
goes down. Keep dropping.
I can't fucking move.
Here, I'm splitting.
1 build.
This might seem like quite chaotic, but these guys are doing a really good job of always being regrouped, right?
Splitting
I
again.
literally just hard sticking to each other.
I'm going.
It's got 5 of us. This
I
guy's
dropped.
right.
Yeah, keep dropping.
Look up and shoot up.
How many gotta go?
36. 30 laser dead.
Oh my god. Knight just got shot.
All the way
Give me
up.
the finish.
Look at that.
I got
All the way
frost.
high, all the way
There's no
high.
frost on the bottom.
I'm looking.
Dead.
Can you get
Going up.
Hello.
dead?
I got
36.
4 flops. I got 4 flops.
Dead in zone.
Mikey.
In here.
Let's just snipe him with a pad.
Yeah,
That's
I
kind
got
of
that guy.
Whenever you're like flying down, you should try hovering over people.
Hit me?
Only going
Break
wide.
him
I
out.
boxed him.
Nice, that was good. I wasn't even. So what did they do? They double low padded first moving, right? And then they literally just hard stuck together. They made a couple mistakes of like pads and like landing off pads. That was a really good game. Just sticking together really well.
I had a lot of kills.
Alright, bet.
No.
Let's go to the next game.
Bro.
How can you hover over 3 people? I mean, I'm just saying the way he flew wide, like, and around, made it easier for them to track him, right? One thing that's really underrated, I feel like in EU at least, is to claim lower ground before anyone else. You'll usually end up getting tons of kills and have a good chance of getting second or winning the game. Yeah, 100% Andrea. That's what, it's pretty dumb. Literally, Dubs and Mega, when they got second defense CS, if they literally, I literally just told them to go lower ground every single game. Like, first moving, because everybody pads, right? Everybody pads and lands on, like, high mid ground. Literally just drop low and you can hold it, like...
Oh, he's glitched.
I'm from England, bro. It's just one of those things that obviously mid ground is safer because
I'm leaving.
How much damage do you get?
from mid ground you can get
100
a
something.
lot, right? Like you can just survive. If you got really good mats, then you just play mid ground, right? If 4.5k mats, you're chilling. You gonna call them? No.
They were already landed.
All the minis on their...
Anyway, for every stream we are reviewing Blake and Ceice and Nano. They won like back-to-back games in Elite yesterday.
Extra. Shield.
And we're just kind of checking out what they did to do so well. And they were really consistent in the other games. Let me get up their match history real quick.
1 or 2 teams northeast of us. Yeah, we need more surge, bad.
That's the best idea to be honest.
We can look at these guys west. Blake, come with me.
That was their match history. So we've already watched these 2 games, which are really good, and then we're gonna watch the rest of these games here real quick.
Nice. They stopped? Nano?
Yeah, they're boxed up.
Thanks for the follows as well, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Blake, on.
Yeah, I'm coming.
So we don't get held.
Again, they play towards edge second.
Time storm either.
Hit 160 or 70.
There's a guy up there.
It's the same game. I'm not.
Like, oh shit, what the fuck?
This is like the exact same game where it's like a retail zone. There was a crate there as well.
In from my wood back.
27 cracked.
Their loot route is good. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, where the loot route is like it's so split and like high risk. Where one guy could get solo pushed
Okay.
if somebody wanted to like fight.
I already cracked one of them.
Stopped him. Dead.
What's that guy doing, bro?
Yeah,
There might be one.
Oh, who's that search again?
It's not Grotto,
Yeah,
but
you
like.
should hold it.
Play edge first and second. It really depends where you land.
It's called Silent Scar. I don't think
okay.
We were watching a team that was like I was watching a team that was on like mid map, right? And they play towards mid map. Like if you're landing like maybe like a salty split or like agency, you can play towards mid map, right? It doesn't really make sense to go edge.
I got 2. We didn't get
But for these guys, when they're like kind of mid edge, if that makes sense, they kind of play. This kind of like they're playing towards their edge, right? So they're landing up this way, and they're always playing on this like top right part zone. And also what we saw in the last game was they were claiming like a lot of space and having map control, right? So they'd split up and just have map control around the area.
It's the Borderlands skin.
No one needs to overbuild on those mats. Like you're gonna get mats anyway off the refresh, right?
Okay.
So if he gets knocked here, then it's GG for this game, right?
Okay, expand on middle then.
Sitting on box on middle here to get this tree.
But like everyone is playing dead side first and second, and then center third. Also try to have high ground. Try to bet on getting a free win.
Nice, good shit, boys.
I have a pad
Maybe
now as
back in.
well.
Nice.
The team might double heavy you or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're looking double heavy.
Yeah, I feel that's what a lot of people do. I used to be the thing in shows like people literally just go for like height on fourth and wait. So they go center third and then just try getting height on fourth and just seeing where it was,
No, take my pad.
No,
and then hopefully get a kill. I don't know. It's like you can if you get zone right, then it works and you can just hold height the whole game.
We can walk.
But you need to get a more consistent playstyle.
This team is focused on someone else.
Like you're better off having a playstyle that gets you top like fives, right?
The flop.
Occasional wins.
I'm check.
Nice. Look how deep they're getting on this zone as well. Like they don't just stop edge here and box on low. Nan literally calls them to get way deeper as well. Yeah, you can always recycle back. I mean, I think a lot of the times it's better off just playing more,
I can drop you 2
I
minutes.
know, more realistic if that makes sense. Like instead of obviously you can overcommit mats and burn mats for a position, but it's not always like the best play. Especially like doing a mat gauge. Like, let's say on third zone you're just chilling, right? Just check like how many mats do we have as a team, right? Is it like 3k plus? Is it 4k plus, right? And then based on that, like, do we need an impact kill on first moving? Do we need an impact kill
I have 180 left.
on 50-50? Like, what do we need, right? And then base your positioning off of that. Should we rotate early or wait to fight teammate? You shouldn't really be fighting rig team. It's not gonna go well for you, bro. Why go deeper? The reason they go deeper is because if it pulls anywhere like on this side, right, they're gonna have a very free rotate. Like all they have to do is come in a little bit, right, and they can get on edge, and they can also come in late, which is an advantage. But if it pulls this way, then all these people on the back side, all these people on this side, right, they'd have to pad, or they'd just go for a hold kill and then wait and pad, right. So they can kind of have a free rotate in that timing where they pad probably, and also there's so much like congestion here that they can just kind of do it for free because it's all buildings. For that. Does that kind of make sense, right? FNCS will be platform specific? I hope not, bro.
There's a mecha here if anyone can hold.
Maybe the cash cups will be.
Like 2 HP.
Actually, no, the solo FNCS might be, right?
Yeah.
Thinking about it? Solo FNCS probably will be.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just
They're more of a dead. It's not really dead side. It's more about just like their center. So that when it pulls like this, like this is such a free rotate for them, right? They can go in early, they can go in late. A lot of different things.
I have purple scars.
You need heavy?
does anyone have a med kit?
Okay, now they get up a little bit. This is the thing. I don't know. You just don't want to be all three of you on complete low ground on
My rounds are pretty good.
50-50, like,
Yeah, we're good on that.
you can go bad very quickly.
We're literally max mass. We just pad and
On top.
Just, we gotta get on a good layer. And we're vibing.
Zone rule customs or arena? Definitely arena, bro. Especially, I don't know your like skill, but like Cherry Cash Cup, if it's 2 rounds or finals, like you need to be good at fighting.
I want to get first.
This is a nice command. He like this is a like a pre-rotate, right? Where they get a little bit ahead before they pad. Yeah.
Oh my god, honor there.
Nice. And now that little bit, it might not seem like a big deal, right? But that little bit of timing here basically adds like it's a double fold where they can land way deeper in zone, and save a lot of mats. Like invest mats here, save twice as many over the center. And also this end is way sketchy, right? Like let's look in the say low pad. Yeah, so they're padding with a lot of other people. Or like a little bit, you see how everybody's below them, right? You don't want to be this guy landing or one of these guys landing soon or like early, right? Because it's extremely sketchy. So where they land, low? Okay, nice. I know group up, kind of.
I'm gonna get to you guys in a second. Whenever you guys start, I'm gonna get to you. I can't right now.
Where you are.
You're good, you're good.
Where are you?
I'm good.
That's a little bit sketchy. Nobody really come like, where do we want to get to on this pad? Anything like that. And it's also playing max hill. Maybe a high pad there instead of a low pad, right? Could be worth. Obviously a little bit more risky, but probably would save a lot of mats.
You can go out to the right.
I'm going out more.
With you.
Go out.
Yeah.
I'm going out too.
We were free rotate.
I have like 400 wood.
Close over here. I'll go.
Jump.
Just chill. We don't need to.
Alright.
It's a good combat, Nano. We don't need that kill right now, right? If they needed that kill, Blake kind of miscom that. You need to, if you're ever going for a kill where you drop somebody down, right? I was actually reviewing your trailer today where they had this mistake. You need to say what you're going to do. I'm going to minigun this guy down. And that tells your teammates like the result of the action, right? So he's telling them his action. Okay, I'm going to minigun him down. And also, like, they all need to look over here with shotguns to kill that guy. Because it's really laggy, right? Like, they can 100% kill that guy and get that refresh.
Nice.
Sooner.
Yeah. I have mats now.
I need shield. I need shield.
I have no shield. I have no shield.
Here, I have shield. Shield. I can start. On our wall. I'm getting it.
There's a guy back. Edge zone. No mats. No mats. Edge zone.
I'm just dead.
Bro, this guy's a fucking...
Can find that metal truck out.
Dude, have a lot of mats.
Let's get his solo. Borderlands is a solo right next to him. On wood. He's on an RPG. He's a solo.
On me,
The
dead.
roof. Do you, I need to have a flopper.
rocket,
Do you have a
I got a-
flopper, Ceice?
Yeah.
I got a rocket launcher.
Nice.
I got my heavy sniper.
Always staying ahead as a trio, like sticking
I
together.
have good mats too.
It goes
Oh, it's out here.
north. It goes in the building. Blake, get with
Yeah,
us.
I'm with you.
Blake can do.
There's a chest. Maybe shield.
Yeah, get wood pallets.
What the fuck?
Kid. We boxed the kid. We didn't even know. Fire.
Back.
20 feet. Dead.
Nice.
You're going down. One more.
Keep going. Stay ahead. Stay ahead.
I got it. I got the finish.
I got minis.
I have 400 mats.
That's cool, man. I'm gonna just watch that kill just one more time, right?
There's a chest.
So they stay ahead and get in this building together, all really grouped again.
Kid. We boxed the kid. We didn't even know. Fire.
A little bit scuffed. So they all like said right here, but I think intros you shouldn't all just go for the edit at the same time. Like one of you needs to do 100% like, oh, I'm gonna edit first.
Keep going. Stay ahead.
Maybe. I mean, maybe that could be useful, right? Just make sure it's always one person's role to edit, or just wait with your shotgun out so your teammate can edit for you.
I have 2 rockets. I dropped rockets.
Don't fail.
There's a bunch of decoys next to us.
We need to go up.
On my wall. He's on the wall. Fucking drop me down.
You guys good?
You got the wall up there?
Yeah, come here. Edit up.
Okay.
I'm with you. Behind us. Oh,
It goes up. Get me.
Nice comments by Ceice, man. Look how Ceice is like hard leading, right? So Blake's at the back here. Now they're like, looking for a pick, and Ceice is just using all those mats he got off the kill and shot to go for get front side as much as possible. And also get deeper on zone, right?
I can crit.
Hot builds. Blake, do you have mats?
Yeah.
Really good show. Yeah, they got really good chemistry.
Build, bro.
Let's do it.
I'm coming.
I'm praying for height. I'm on high ground.
Nice for height, a little bit scuffed.
Okay.
Probably should say that he's gonna do that beforehand, so like Blake can look for minigun or
I
something.
can't really get up. Look on.
Cracked one. Dead.
Nice.
I have no clue what's going on right now.
Mad.
They're just like fragging out.
Dead.
Nice. Look on.
It's high.
Shield. 20 feet. Dead. Good shot.
Nice. Good game. Could have been a little bit more synchronized on that height take, right? Like making sure they get off low ground before they go for it, probably. And also like making sure that like his teammates supporting as he goes for it. But that was really solid.
Shit.
Nice. Medkits or I'm just gonna pop flop.
I don't have voids.
You better chemistry with your ultra. Yeah, 100%, man. It's just about who
Where's the bridge?
you click with and who you can actually
I
like.
don't know.
Feel. If you're comfortable with your friends,
I'm gonna go underneath though to get over there.
or like with your teammates currently,
We don't get the hill.
and you have
It's
like
on it.
Yeah, he's on it. We need to take bridge.
good relationship, then it's 100% worth playing them.
Zipline teen.
Place it.
Max, they're really fun under here. I don't really like doing this just because you don't really have any
I have 5
sight
bridge.
lines. Like, also feel bad on Surge, like, because you know where you get Surge
I
down
don't
here.
know, because I was under the bridge.
I'm about to get
I mean,
that
we still free rotate. We can try to hold people east and then rotate. It's like that zipline team.
That's facts.
100 emoji.
Try to cover the bridge. We wait for them to rotate first.
How much
got
AR
40
ammo do
damage.
you guys have?
He died. Harpoon.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no, careful, catch to the right.
I can get it.
Oh my god, we can get it.
No, we gotta rotate in.
It's the overbuild as man. I don't want to
I got
spend.
him,
minigun.
It's so sketchy doing this.
Got a pad, got a pad, got a pad.
Pad, nice. That's really rough.
Oh wait, they're already on
Yeah,
it.
they're on it, they're on it.
Yeah, true.
Add Scar and like max
Breaking
maps.
tree?
I'm gonna ramp this team, I think.
Okay, come on a little bit. Let's look at how Nano
Gotta
ramps
get
his team.
focused, it's in the
Um,
sandwich.
There's an important thing where he comes up on. So you see the team is like on this tile, if that makes sense. He comes up at like a diagonal where he can go over the top of them without risk of them like coning him or anything. He's getting the habit of doing that. Just so they can't like cone you and then trap you in and get a refresh on you, because everybody at this point is looking for a refresh.
From
Right?
where?
East.
Do
we have any whites?
See, I'm not gonna really be ranking chairs just because literally it's only mini scrims.
Fuck.
We're good.
They're a shark, so it's like.
Sorry, fuck.
Hey.
You need to walk, bro. You're healing and bro, you're about to get fucking bodied.
Nah, you just gotta have a big dick sometimes.
We need to look for surge. Look, heavy time sprays maybe.
Bro, I did 126. What the fuck?
Oh, southwest. That's free kills.
Yo, no.
Get me the wall. 30?
Nice Harpoon, man. Harpoon is so good, like 100%.
Keep going.
Somebody in your show literally needs to be like dedicated Harpooner and always be looking for it. Not the Tarper guy, right?
On both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, there as well.
Here as well.
Down body.
Oh, that's so huge, man. Literally, they found like 1,000 mats just from harpoons
I got a spaz. Yo, I got purple.
and a spaz.
Fuck, and I got a med kit. Let's go.
They just low launch.
This is the thing, like, literally the freeze rotate, because what's everybody else doing, right? They're either padding or they're looking for a pad, right? Nobody's really thinking about holding people mid zone.
Actually, no, we're good.
Also, low ground really discreet.
Yeah.
No, it's in here.
Nice, good shit.
Getting decent level because it's playing downhill.
Mats, I'm 2
Not too
1
bad.
1.
Yeah.
Watch out, just spraying us.
Why?
He's holding. He got the wall.
Oh, nice angle, man.
60.
I'm healing.
They just like shouting those guys, otherwise they probably would have killed Nana.
Try to expand out behind you if you can.
Okay.
I need flops. You guys have?
Huh?
You have flops?
No.
Extra time should Tarper take? Not too sure. You just don't want him. You don't want him with like a power item, really,
Wait, why are you
or like
saying that?
harpoon, like anything that would stop him from tarping and keeping the tarp like alive. And like God, Agile, he's a really good Agile. He
I need mats. I'm 2
Agiled Diggy and Vinny in squads. They play really well.
Someone died above us.
Really underrated Agile.
Have you stepped in this cone?
I split nano mats.
Okay, nice. You good now?
I'm 4 1 2 now.
4 1
It goes in the
Here,
steamy.
take 100 brick.
We'll just pad this.
Alright, nice. Sing on you.
It goes in the steamy.
Nice.
We'll high pad this.
We can hold these guys.
Wait, hold north.
30?
The heavy side?
Bro.
Triangle.
Hold these
That's
guys.
it. You don't all three in the box though.
We're only 27 on the ball.
A little bit sketchy.
Someone in the back. 56 blue.
I have no AR ammo. I have none.
I'm the
Yeah. Play your sleep.
Come.
coming.
Nice comms by Ceice, man. Like you have to be 100% like so clear about where that is and like we need to go for it, right? Because if he's anywhere like a little bit slower, then one of them probably dies. On max, they're all quite low.
Line up there. Cease, can you?
I can't.
I'm not even on team.
Slams and gets top.
Are you good?
I'm probably dead, bro.
That's the thing, man. Like everybody pads at the same time. Like if they padded from their original pad, right? Like their idea was like a little bit later, then they wouldn't have had that sketchiness of their landing in kids' boxes and adding in kids' tarps and stuff. It's just because they're restarting pad. It was worth it, like for saving their pad probably. He just dies to it.
Oh my god.
I'm popping a big nano.
Okay, we're in here.
Goes
It's
mats,
really
maybe.
sketch. Don't hold power road.
That didn't happen. Yeah, it's just because you recycle that pad. Like your timing on the pad was messed. Wait, I'm just gonna quickly go back. I just want to see, like, was it worth it? So your mats are really bad. I don't know what your teammates' mats are. Maybe it's worth it because then you save a pad. You could probably double pad. Not double pad, but you could low pad like second moving or something. But maybe just do the classic, just pad late, land low on front side, right? Go from that. It was a good play, 100% a good play. To recycle it, it's just where you landed as well. Also, what you could have done, hold on, let's realize this. Remember where half was, right, guys? Half was like this. Let's go back. I'll just go back, just to reiterate, because this is like the biggest thing that's stopped me getting 3 back-to-back games, right? So look where half was. It's playing half up here, right? So where's dead side gonna be?
What? I need mats. I'm 2.
Coming.
Dead side would have been up north, right? So rather than landing on this congested, this whole bottom side here is really congested. Maybe they should have gone for an active pad and like planned about landing over that way somewhere. Got to remember look at those kind of things. Look how free left side is. Like, look how free that is over there, man. On the building, maybe. Literally, like, that's the perfect landing spot.
I can't. I'm not even see me.
I landed in a box. I need help.
Are you good?
I'm probably dead, bro.
Just dies.
Okay, we're in here, but it's really sketch. A lot of don't hold power roads. We still have a pass though.
Look when I landed. Yeah.
You have a harpoon still?
I'm pretty certain. Do that little bit of a plan beforehand.
We go
Okay.
far.
Again, here you don't have enough room. I don't know what Nano's mats were, but you don't have enough room.
You can pass from right there, but pass from right where you are.
Yeah, I know. Good to me on a low launch here.
Are they low launch? Yeah.
I went.
Just getting in front.
Low launch.
Dropping down.
It's worth spending those extra mats at the end of first moving to make the low launch easier, though.
Getting in on me. Bro, I don't know where.
Killing. I'm on 120 mat. Let him
Nice
in.
shot,
Let him in. Shooting him out. Cracked him.
What the fuck is this guy playing at?
No way.
Shot back. On her.
Do you have shield?
Shit.
Bro, there's no way that this fucking Molly whopped us right there.
That game was literally like really good until that one decision on the pad.
I landed in like I couldn't land.
Really interesting trade? Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I don't have it reloaded. I should have.
I don't know, man. If you pull 50-50 and you're dead center, bro, like you gotta get more than 1 kill out of that.
Yeah, look at that. That's in zone. If that pulls zone, someone has to go now. Northeast.
I don't have to get more kills out of that. It's like if you maybe get two games with
No.
a height pull, right? In your whole of FTS, like that's so many points, like potential points.
I'm going with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have
you go. Let's see.
break those short pads and then. So what does Blake do?
Like one or two
Map ball,
mats.
back out.
Yeah, I got it.
Dog, actually, I'm just gonna go over. You wanna waste mats here?
Coming.
Alright.
Decent time you get
staying
headshot
up,
snapped.
All the way
Yeah.
max. You guys are ramping in. I just shot it out.
I'm going to sleep. I think
32.
it was 6:30.
I just got heavy stuff. Res me right now.
Hannah gets heavy. Okay, I think it's landed on.
We have to play low. I don't think we can hold this unless.
We can. I have a harpoon.
30? Okay.
We gotta
I
stay
mean,
ahead.
we're
We gotta stay
pressuring.
ahead.
I will.
I really don't know.
I need to drop on your layer. I can't stay with you.
I'm connecting.
It's fine.
No, we're getting
We're
rocketed.
good. We're good.
Nobody connected the whole time for some
Connect
reason.
to your side.
We can connect again. We're not in.
They're creeping.
30?
You got a trade at him.
It's
Yeah.
so laggy.
Going ahead. I have a lot of mats though.
Yeah, drop the connect. Drop
Good
the
at
connect.
connect instead of double lane.
Yeah.
I connected.
Need to play that like 1 layer down. I think would be better. Yeah, that's
I have a lot of mats. Here.
Okay, like 300. Alright, nice. Look right here. Alright, you ready?
Good up, dude. I blocked up.
Don't go far.
They're gassing us.
Get above that brick
Stay
team.
with me.
Yeah.
They're getting surged. That brick team that's under you.
Added? I'm staying ahead.
Okay.
Fierce instead of Nano? Bro, you're so
Getting
dumb.
rocketed?
That's ladder bug. You can
Alright,
get
you
it.
just got knocked right there. Maybe
Okay.
look for that. Break that wall and harpoon maybe. He's right there.
I'm just gonna ban Fortnite Nolly's weird jump.
Wow.
Oh god, what was that?
Reading rocketed.
That's ladder, bro. You can't
Hey,
get
this
it.
guy just got knocked right there. Maybe
Okay.
look for that. Look for that. That wall on harpoon maybe. He's right there.
Oh. Oh. Oh no.
I just threw. Wow.
You slipped. I feel bad, bro.
What? No way.
Wow.
Bro, like, there's no
That's
way
unfortunate. Now that is actually unfortunate. Like, you went to grapple loot and you slipped. Like, it's not you can.
There's no way. There's no way you got sniped and you died in the storm.
Play the game. Like, I'm sorry.
Jesus, triggered, bro.
Back.
Screams, bro. Nano's got like this dry humor. It's pretty funny. Right. Nice impact. Winnable. Winnable.
7 builds.
Is this winnable? Not going for height with 2 builds. I don't think. Expert analysis. Probably should have just tried. What was Matt's off that harpoon? I just want to see, because if you guys need to learn how to sell a gosh, she gets harpoon, right? Or is Matt's 100 of each map or 50 of each map? Just go low. Try getting front side and then build a box. She has enough mats to build 2 boxes, right? 5 builds each box.
You're out of mats.
He doesn't have mats to just build 2 boxes and get an impact to the purple pump and heavy sniper as well. Iving needs an impact. This isn't the way. Let's go.
RPG.
Yeah, you got
They
like,
build.
no mats.
4 builds, 3 builds. Two builds.
But like when I got trapped, there's like 4 people just jumped out at the same time.
No way I just took fall damage like that. Like, what?
Ah.
I
just
tried
like-
the harpoon stuff.
Not a bad game. Honestly, not a bad game. Even though you died to full damage. I feel like I should like make notes, but then it will kind of interrupt. Like make notes and then I can show you guys. But that wasn't too bad. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna be looking at for this stream. I'll probably go stream tomorrow or something, depending on what my schedule is. But if any of you interested in coaching, I'm doing a sale on my site. If you do the exclamation mark coaching, I'm doing a sale on my site before the new season, and I'm gonna be uploading a YouTube video in like an hour or something or 2 hours. So make sure to look out for that, and then also this will be a YouTube video as well, I think. All right. Anyway, see you lot guys later. Appreciate all the follows as well.